For the students, faculty, and staff at Lamar University, it's the end of an era. Dr. Jimmy Simmons has officially stepped down as president of the university, but as anchor Nicole Murray reports, not before leaving behind an amazing legacy.
When Lamar University President Dr. Jimmy Simmons sets a goal, it's full steam ahead. He's been that way all his life.
Some of the most exciting years of my life were those first years here as band director.
When Dr. Jimmy Simmons accepted the job as assistant band director and director of the marching band and jazz band in 1970, he set out to accomplish his first goal for the university.
We were determined to become one of the largest bands in the Southland Conference. And actually, we became one of the largest marching bands in the country.
Through the years, Simmons worked his way up the ranks, eventually becoming a vice president at the university. He says he never dreamed he would one day become president. It was his wife, Susan, and several staff members who approached him with the idea.
I just decided that I have worked for 4 or 5 presidents up to that time, and rather than have to train another one, maybe I just go ahead and do it myself and see how that worked out.
As president, Simmons spent his first 6 months meeting with students, faculty, and staff to find out what their vision was for the university. He learned they wanted more doctorate and master programs, increased student enrollment, new dorms, a sports facility, and to bring back LU football. Within the past 14 years, he's been able to check off every item on the list. But he's quick to point out it wasn't without the help of his staff and the support of the community.
We wanted ultimately to become the university of choice for this region.
When Dr. Simmons took over in 1999, there were just over 7,500 students. Today, that number has more than doubled. Under Simmons' leadership, the school renovated Cardinal Village dorms and several academic buildings, opened the Sheila Umphrey Recreational Sports Center and the Provost Umphrey Stadium, to name a few. Not to mention raising millions of dollars under the Investing in the Future campaign. But it wasn't without setbacks and challenges.
Biggest challenge was Hurricane Rita. I would say those were some of the darkest days of my life, coming back onto the campus after that devastation and wondering if we would ever have the university back up and running.
But they did. Within 20 days, the university was back up and running, and that year's graduating class was able to walk across the stage. Simmons says it has been the most rewarding job of his life, but he could not have done it without his partner, the love of his life, his wife, Susan. Simmons calls his wife the university's partner. She bleeds cardinal red.
And her touch on almost every new facility that's been built and on the way the grounds look.
When Simmons started thinking about stepping down as president, he knew he had to complete one last challenge: bringing back LU football. He says he knew that was the last item to finish on the list. And while he's no longer president, he will be in the stands cheering on the LU Cardinals every football game. Dr. Simmons says he's excited about Lamar's future, a future rooted in the Southeast Texas community.
Well, I think this community is so fortunate to have a world-class university right here. No matter where you go now, you see red.
Simmons says no matter where life takes him, he will always be a Cardinal. In Beaumont, Nicole Murray, KBTV, Fox 4.
Dr. Simmons' name will always be a part of the university. The school recently renamed a street on campus, Jimmy Simmons Boulevard. Simmons says for the next several months, he and his wife will do some home renovations and traveling. And then he says he will be ready to return to Lamar as a professor in the spring. The new president, Kenneth R. will officially take over as president on Monday.